Hey everyone, I realize I am once again slacking, but today I want to go over my animation that I did, the last video posted on here, and how I did it. To begin with, the equipment I used my iPad, the one I'm recording on right now, an Apple Pencil, and then the app I use is right here. It's called CaliPeg. So let me open this up right now. So this app is it's not free. You can get $50 for like pretty much a lifetime, or $10 per a year, and I got the $10 one. So I'm gonna open up. All right, so we have the app open. I want to talk about the idea of it, or what the animation was about. It was based on two of my characters. It's the main protagonist and antagonist of the story. It's called Human, but I mean, I talk about it a lot of times. And I decided to do a fight scene. It was originally not even going to be about them. It was going to be completely different, but that was going to take too much. So I just went with this, and I knew most of the scenes and everything, so I knew what I was gonna do. It's just more of just executing it instead of the idea. Oh boy, did it take so long. I can't even remember how long it was. I have no idea how many hours I've spent. Going on to the actual animating part. So first thing I did was I essentially was gonna make it 2 minutes, but I cut it down to 1:30 because it was killing me and I didn't have enough material. Like I was talking about the idea, I had some key panels in my head basically, which already set up, so I did those in Procreate. I'll search some pictures. So I made those panels to sort of help me make a guideline or something, and I laid out those scenes over this timeline. As you can see, I have it on per second, so this is like I did 12 frames per second, so 12 frames, that would be like, this would be 1 second, and then eventually it'd go on to 2 seconds. And I used a shit ton of references basically. Oh, I forgot to mention on the equipment part, I used Animator's survival kit book. That one really helped, mainly just getting certain angles, certain proportions done. And for example, if you're doing a jump, from like this, if someone is going from here to here, so you're gonna have a lot of frames right here, not as many right here, so like 1 or 2, and then a couple more right here, and then not as many right there, and a bunch of frames right there. So just the basics of motion and animation in general, so that really helped. And for the actual animating, I used many movie references. Most of it was Jet Li, but I also used a lot of UFC and MMA and Pride. I really wanted to do, like, you guys saw the flying knee, couple of rudimentary boxing. The boxing wasn't very good, I will admit, but I didn't know what to do really. And then obviously one thing I really wanted was like a power-up scene, and I was getting really tired of drawing the stupid clothes, so I obviously did a redesign where they power up and essentially take off their clothes. Oh god, that sounds weird. And you guys saw, but essentially like it wasn't hard to draw, because after you've drawn it a bazillion times, you kind of understand what all of it looks like. It's just more of like drawing that much and it's so repetitive that it's very difficult to enjoy it. So I guess I'll talk about CaliPeg a little bit. So as you can see, it's a red panel, is the next one. Now the green is the one previous. Now you can change the color of this right here if you go to onion skin. See, it's right there, and you can go all the way up to 8 panels, so like all the way down all these panels. You can do up to 8, but that gets really confusing, especially if you're doing like something that's slow. So if that's got very little differences. So I usually just put in like 1 or 2. If you want to move this arm, essentially you just kind of copy everything, and it just goes on and on. And you know, it was more of just like a lot of work, not necessarily very difficult work, although certain panels, like especially the more detailed ones, are not easy, I will say. In certain angles, it's very difficult to make it look like not fucked up. If you like pause certain panels, it'll look awful. But so now you can select these. So you double tap, and then you can drag this as long as you want. I'm just gonna do these 2 panels, then play it. I can't actually play it because it's doing this. Yeah, see, that little update is killing me. But anyways, you can see the animation. You can also just drag it like this, like that. It just took a bunch of lines, you know, just a bunch of drawings, and then I pretty much finished up. I sort of started with you know, the key panels. I put them as one of my layers down here. You can add a bunch of layers if you want. If you hit this drawing thing, there you go, this drawing. So see, you got that layer, and I can put down the opacity and then draw up here. So like that one's kind of rudimentary, but now I can like sort of draw more detailed versions, right? So I started off, we'll go back right here, essentially just very basic shapes. So like this person right there, and then I would go up here, add the details, not even details, just make it a little bit, draw out like the clothes and everything in different modes like that. And then basically I finished, right? Finished that, and then the last thing was the audio. I had 2 of my friends do the sound for the 2 characters, very little voice acting, so because I didn't want, you know, animate lips and shit. And then I added basic sound effects like punching sounds and things like that, a little bit of music. So that's how I did it. Well, I mean, it was done for my portfolio to SCAD. I got accepted. I'm actually going there. So I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll see you at SCAD, I guess. Thank you for watching. And also tell your spouse you love them. All right, peace. Oh, and stay loyal. All right, happy birthday.